Welcome to the 5 for 2 podcast with me, your host Adele, where we say no to careers where you're trading 5 days of misery for 2 days of fun. A place we discuss all things career, confidence, and money moves. I want to motivate, teach, and empower ambitious women to achieve more, earn more, feel more confident, and enjoy the work they do. It's all about believing you can have everything you want in your career and then going and getting it. So if you're ready, let's get into it. Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of 5 for 2, where we are done trading 5 days of misery for 2 days of fun. I just want to jump right into it. I talk about a lot of phrases that you should just remove from your vocabulary because they're just not good for your mindset, for your actions, for what you're doing. What if is one of them. But today I'm going to be talking about at least. This is something I want you guys to stop using in terms of your career and even in terms of areas of your life. I know a lot of us use the word at least in a way to make ourselves feel better. Like, I've had a really bad day, but at least it's almost over. And I'm not telling you to remove that. Sometimes we need that. We need that to feel good about our day. But what I am saying to you is when you're using at least in terms of your career and in terms of where you want to go and where you're going to be, I'm telling you that will keep you so stuck. It will keep you in places that you do not want to be and making money that just is so much less than you could be earning. It's so much less than the life you're trying to build, all because you're spending your days and nights at leasting yourself. I'm going to explain what I mean by at leasting yourself. I feel like I'm coining that word because at leasting isn't a word, but I feel like I'm going to coin it today. So why should we not at least ourselves? When you say at least, for instance, I hate my job, but at least I'm getting paid really well. I don't get paid that well, and I don't really like my job because my boss is awful, but at least I have a job. And I know that in a way you might be listening and thinking, oh, that's just me being grateful, but it's not. Gratitude is you saying, oh my gosh, I'm thankful for this thing because it's a good thing. Like, it's great. I'm really thankful that I have a job. Like, I'm actually thankful I have a job, but I can't wait till I have a job that I enjoy that pays me a crap load of money. Like, you could be grateful and still want more. But at least is almost a way of keeping yourself stuck because it's almost an excuse. I hate where I am right now, but at least I have it. That statement doesn't sound like someone who is ready to throw it all away and trade the crap in for something good. If you want to trade in what you don't want and get what you do want, you can't at least yourself. When you at least yourself, it's so clear. It's like a clear sign that you want more. When you say, I hate my job, but at least I have one, that is automatically an indicator that you want a job that you enjoy. When you say, I love what I do and I'm lucky, but I don't make good money, when you are saying to yourself, I don't make good money, but at least I've got a job that I enjoy, you're saying to yourself, I like the job I enjoy, but I want to make good money. Like, it's a clear sign. The word at least is a clear sign of you not being happy with the situation. We don't say at least when we're happy with the situation. Like, if I'm doing a job I like and getting paid really well, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy that I do a job I like and I get paid really well. Nowhere in that sentence will I be saying at least. So at least the first thing it does is it shows you that you want more for yourself. It also shows you you're unhappy with the situation. And it really lets you know that you're settling for something and justifying why. And once you start settling for things, it becomes a whole mess. Can you imagine when you settle for something, what that does to your self-esteem? Because when you're settling, you're saying, I'm not worth more. I'm not worth the thing I want, so I'll settle for this. Imagine how that plays in your self-esteem. You're telling yourself that you're not worthy of the things you want or you're not good enough for the things you want, so you should just be happy with what you have. In that moment, you are knocking your own self-esteem. You are playing about with your own confidence. In turn, you're the person who won't go after the job you want. You won't ask for the money you deserve. You'll work overtime all the time thinking that's going to get you somewhere, rather than putting your foot down and setting boundaries and saying, this is what I want. If you can't give it to me, I'm going to go somewhere else. It will really affect your career. And I know as women, we are taught so often to settle. We are taught that you can't have it all. How often have you heard that? And how many times does it pertain to women more than it pertains to men? Like you hear like, you can't have an amazing career and raise a family. You can't be great in your relationship and have a great marriage and be a high flying career woman and have like a functioning family with children. Like they tell us we have to choose. No one tells men they have to choose. I just want to be really clear, but they tell us we have to choose. So we're conditioned to think that we need to settle. But I know as a mom, I don't want my daughter to think that she has to settle. I want to prove to her that whatever she wants, she can have it. But if we're telling ourselves at least, then we're not going to get to a place where we can prove to ourselves and to society and anyone else who don't believe it, that if we really want to, we can have it all. Yeah, there might be days where the house falls apart and like all the cleaning doesn't get done because you was at work a little bit longer. That doesn't mean that you don't have it all. You can have bad days even when you have it all. I just want us to know that saying at least and settling and then using the word, oh, well, at least I've still got this to justify our settling doesn't help our self-esteem and our confidence in the long run. There is so much power in the tongue, so much power in what we speak, what we give life to. You can speak life into your plans or you can literally kill them by using words like at least. I want you to get to a point where you remove at least from your vocabulary. Unless, like I said, it's those bad days where you're having a crap day and you're like, at least the day is over and you're trying to make yourself feel better. But I don't want you to use at least to make yourself feel better in your career. I want you to use it as an indicator that something isn't right and I want to change something. And I'm okay with something not being right because everything's not going to be right all the time. But me saying at least is my indicator that I'm ready for a change and I'm going to do something about it. That statement is such a powerful statement because it is really showing you what you want in life. It's really showing you what you want from your career. You just got to start paying attention. So when was the last time you said at least to yourself? I want you to really think about it. And I want you to start paying attention to it so that we can all stop at leasting ourselves in our career. Like we're not going to do that anymore. So where in your life currently are you at leasting yourself? Again, like I said, I might be coining this phrase. Like we're not going to at least ourselves to death. So where do you need to stop doing that and say to yourself, I don't want to say at least, I want it all. So once you figure out where you're at leasting yourself when it comes to your career, I want you to decide that this is an indicator that I want more for myself. This is an indicator that something isn't quite right. You shouldn't be saying, oh, my boss treats me like crap, but at least I have a job. Listen, your boss treating you well, bare minimum. You getting paid really well for all your hard work, bare minimum. Why would you at least yourself lower than the bare minimum? When you're saying at least, you're not even giving yourself the bare minimum. You deserve the bare minimum. We are not in a place where we're going to kill our own self-esteem. So, like I said, where are you at leasting yourself in your career? Use it as an indicator to see what it is you actually want. Once you realize, okay, I want something more, what is the thing I want more? When you at least yourself, it's almost obvious. It's so obvious. It's so apparent. Like, okay, I said at least. So the thing that I'm saying at least to is the thing that I really want. Like, at least I have a job I enjoy, even if I don't make good money. You clearly want good money. So that's the part. Then once you've figured it out, I want you to make a plan. How am I going to change it? How am I going to stop at least in myself and be in a place where I want to be? You can't move until you plan. And have you ever made a plan and then got crazy excited about it? You know, sometimes like all you've got to do is actually sit down and make the plan. And the plan makes you feel like, oh my gosh, I've got a plan. This makes me feel good. Like I can see my way out. I can see my way to getting the thing that I want. And once you make the plan, then I actually want you to go and execute the plan. I want you to go and do something about it. Your self-esteem will keep being in the gutter. You keep not feeling great and not feeling worthy of things the more you keep saying at least. So let's all make a conscious effort to remove at least from our vocabulary. But to start with, let's pay attention to when we're saying it. Let's pay attention to when the word at least is coming up, and then let's get rid of that crap. I want you to be in a place where your career is thriving, your pockets are thriving, because you know I'm all about us getting paid what we deserve for what we do, and your self-esteem is thriving. Because we're not using these phrases to hold ourselves back. If you didn't listen to my episode before about what ifs, go and listen to that. Because listen, what ifs, awful. You will trade I wish I had for like what if as you get older. While you're sitting there saying, what if I did this and what if this happens or what if this happens? Don't what if yourself to death and don't at least yourself to death. We're not doing that anymore. Anyway, as always, I've loved it. Thank you for joining me and I will see you in the next episode. Don't forget to rate the episode. If you are enjoying 5 for 2 careers, hit the stars, rate the episode. Let me know what you think. Hop over to Instagram. Tell me how you felt about this episode. And if you think there's someone else that could benefit from this podcast, share it with them. Share it with a friend. Share it with a family member. I want to get it out there so that I can help as many people as I can in their career. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your day, guys. I hope this episode gave you exactly what you needed and motivated you to confidently take steps towards your next career move. If you enjoyed it, screenshot and share it on your socials. Tag me on Instagram and come join my community of amazing women working on leveling up their confidence and careers. Thanks for listening and see you next time.